The question posed by distinguished Senator I think Omar Gigi. Now, he is talking about corruption in the society in general, and in particular in the judiciary. Now, I always say that a Nigerian judiciary is part and parcel of Nigeria. Therefore, I am not surprised if I see some justices are corrupt. But that does not mean that such judges who are corrupt should not be identified and treated under our laws. Now, the most worrisome aspect of it is it happens at the lower ebb of the judiciary more. For those of us who know the area courts and the magistrate courts, this is where the main problem arises. I was a magistrate, but by the time we finished law school, we went for NYSC, we came back. We had a white man who was our chief judge in Bauchi State. Inherited him from Maiduguri. Now, there was no way you would see any scintilla of anything like corruption. But unfortunately, when it evolved down on us, and this virtually happened in almost all the states. Now, we started facing problems here and there. Now, let me say generally that corruption is imbued in the person who wants to be corrupted, or the person even who corrupts. Because if there is no corruptor, then there shall be no person who will be corrupted. Left to me, they should face same music. Left to me. Therefore, I am urging distinguished members of the parliament, both here and at the state level, if need be, we take a holistic look at our criminal laws. Let us amend them. Let us take care of all these kind of things. Let us provide adequately so that it will serve to inhibit the practices of this kind of thing. We know there are laws, quite all right now. But for those who are all out to see that they are saying, I'm reading from far distance, they are saying that, what is there? The law is not adequate for me. What is there? I will go and spend 2 years. I come out. By the time I got my millions, this and that. Please, it is the responsibility of the legislature to see that it sanitizes the society. Much as the judiciary will want to do it, once we don't have anywhere to rely on, or where what is given to us is limited by law, that is the end of it. There's nothing we can do. But I believe the legislature, either at the federal level or at the state level, have every power to legislate or to amend the existing legislations on these kind of provisions. So that all we want is to see that we sanitize the society. Gone are the days. I'm sure many of us who are over 60 here, like me, we knew the time when we will sleep with our eyes closed in an open air space with your room open. Nobody will come and enter your room to remove anything. I'm talking of 1960s, early 1960s. And I believe up to about 75, it was something like that. It can never happen again. It may be difficult for it to happen again. What is happening then? What has brought the change about? We have to check ourselves. We have to check ourselves. Because the problem is with us. It's with us. So that is one of the ways we'll be able to see that we sanitize the society. Now, the question put by a distinguished Senator Bamidele is talking about financial independence. And he made a lot of very good contribution. But for those of us from the judiciary, although we have started seeing signs of the autonomy, but honestly, what is keeping the judiciary aback is the lack of autonomy, especially the financial autonomy. We are not asking for anything more than what is provided for us in the budget. But distinguished, believe you me, you may go to some states, you will find that they are being refused even the ordinary, normal monthly grant. And they have staff, they have vehicles, they have residences, houses to maintain, they have offices to maintain. And where they are collecting revenue, they are not supposed to dip their hands into the revenue, because the revenue must go back to the state or the federation. Then the federation will allocate something for you as a ministry or a department. But these things are not as they used to be. It is therefore, I think, thus, the duty and responsibility of the legislature at the national level, at the state level, to see that you touch these places so that you close all the ends where people may get corrupted. Corruption depends on the mind of somebody. I had been on a salary of 123 naira, I think about 1984, 123. And I was on level 10. I believe, yes, by then 123 naira was a lot of money. I'll put my T-shirt and we'll go with somebody to the market. I will fill a basket with 50 naira. And I will keep the remaining ones for the running days. Is that happening nowadays? So it is I think my view that it is only the legislature, is my view anyway, sirs. If I am wrong, pardon me. It is the legislature that can put things right, correct things right, call a spade a spade. Go by the prioritization of things. Judiciary, what does it really require? Do we cut anything from what they have suggested? Go and find out what is really happening. We don't have any other way. What is the allowance of justice of the Supreme Court? Plus his salary, what does it amount to? If I tell you, you will laugh. And I cannot go begging or asking somebody. I'm contented with what I have. But the legislature, I'm sure, has every right and has every power to see that things are put right. So I think I've answered that.
Thank you very much, my Lord. Is it the view of the Senate that the nominee takes a bow? My Lord, before you take a bow, let me thank you on behalf of my colleagues for coming and answering all the questions put to you. Let me also, on behalf of my colleagues, assure you that we are primed to work with the judiciary. I was not expecting you to tell us the salaries and other packages, but I was really not very pleased to hear that it is something that is so low. Actually, I believe that you are not supposed to keep it to yourself. We should be able to discuss these kinds of things because we must ensure that the judiciary is also properly remunerated. If we are asking our judges to be above board, we should also play our part. So you have a National Assembly that will work with you. We are not going to discuss this in public, but be rest assured that we are going to look into that, as well as maybe 5-6 additional judges. You complain of accommodation. I believe that in your first line charge, you could address that. If you are not able to, let's discuss it as well. Thank you very much for coming. You can take a bow and go. Thank you.